Good
morning, y'all. This is Copa Bowman from Mile 16. I'm from Eugene, Oregon. And I just had a question for you. Do you think Justin Herbert's going to make Offensive Rookie of the Year this year?
Well, for me personally, when I think about the Offensive Rookie of the Year, it comes down to two people more so than anybody else. You got Justin Herbert, but I can't rule out Joe Burrow. They're both completing about 67% of their passes. Both of them have thrown 5 interceptions on the season. Justin Herbert's at 17 touchdowns, though Joe Burrow's at 11. I'm a lean towards Herbert from the standpoint that of the 7 games that he's played, he's thrown for over 300 yards on 4 occasions. I'm looking at Burrow. Zach Taylor's doing a good job with the Cincinnati Bengals, surprisingly so. Cincinnati has been in every single game this year with a 2-5-1 record, with the exception of the loss to Baltimore. Outside of that, they've been very competitive in every single game, and I got to give props to where it's due. It's not a foregone conclusion. I think right now it could ultimately be a toss-up between Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. But right now, Herbert deserves a slight edge with what he's doing because he's not the reason the Los Angeles Chargers are 2-6. And, Max, I'm getting very scared for Coach Anthony Lynn. You can't keep giving up double-digit leads, and you're going to keep your job. They're 2-6, but it ain't because of their rookie quarterback. It's because they can't stop people when it counts.
Yeah, the couple of the great sports debates nowadays is who's more jinxed, who's better at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Is it the Chargers or the Falcons, right? And this is recent years, not just this year. Another one's going to be Herbert or Burrow or Tua. And I think that this year, let's put it this way. Going forward, I don't know the answer to that question. It may be that Burrow will be the best, or maybe Tua, or maybe Herbert. This year, I'm confident in saying Herbert's the best. I think based on what we've seen this year, he absolutely should be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's having the best rookie campaign, considering the position he plays, of any position. That's a really difficult position to show up, get the ball as a rookie, and play as well as he has. I say Herbert.
All right, we'll leave it there. We got another question from the Marines. Let's hear it.
Good morning, First Take. My name is Gunnery Sergeant Sheila Brooks, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm a die-hard Eagles fan. Stephen A., I have a question for you. Considering how bad the NFC East is this year, arguably the worst division in NFL history, what do you think is the lowest amount of wins that could take the division this year?
5. I think somebody in the NFC East can go 5-11 and win the division. That's how pathetic I believe they are. And I don't even know if my number is right because, damn it, I mean, you can end up with 6 wins in the division alone, and that's the only place you win. I don't know, but they're so horrible. They're so pathetic. They're so embarrassing. I'm going to go with the number 5, a division crown with a 5-11 record plus a home playoff game to boot.
Yeah, I don't look. I'm rooting for 5. You took my number, Stephen A. I am rooting for 5 because why not? Like when you see a division this bad, what do you want to see a team with 6 or 7 wins? What fun is that? You want to see the lowest possible total. So I'm also going to say 5. It may be wishful thinking, but Stephen A., I believe one of these awful teams can get there. Home playoff game with 5 wins on the season. I'm rooting for it.
Our Giants did get a win, Max, but unfortunately it didn't make the show because they're not relevant. All right, we continue on here. We got another question for you.
Stephen A., listen up, because I got a question for you. My name's Sergeant Major Barry Bull from Paso Robles, California. And my question is, which team in the AFC has been the biggest standout this season? And why is it the Las Vegas Raiders?
First of all, thank God I'm not in the Marines. I'm glad he's not my drill sergeant. I mean, I'd be in a world of trouble. That's number 1. Number 2, he has a point. The Las Vegas Raiders, that might be the team, the biggest AFC standout right now because we expected what we expected from Kansas City. Even though the Steelers are undefeated, I could make an argument for the Steelers, obviously, because they're undefeated. But we didn't expect much from the Raiders at all. Last year, it was just simply about the Steelers not having Big Ben Roethlisberger. We did not expect these Raiders to be as competitive as they are. So he has a legitimate case because I find the Raiders to be very interesting, but I'm still going to go with my Steelers because they're undefeated.
Well, if we're talking about who stands out as opposed to who's the best is clearly the Chiefs, right? The standout to me is the Dolphins. Think about where they were in the beginning of last season. They were not only, we were asking out loud, is this the worst NFL team ever? How long can Brian Flores keep this job? It looks like they quit on him. And by the end of the season, they beat the Patriots in a game the Patriots had to have. And this season, they have a winning record. And they did it behind the bold idea, right, of of taking Tua and starting him against the Rams and Aaron Donald after the Rams came off that Bears win where they looked great instead of Fitzpatrick, who was having a good season. All those things, you roll it all up and you look at it and you go, yeah, the Dolphins are standing out the most as the surprise team this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, before we wrap things up here quick, I just want to say, guys, thank you to Camp Pendleton. That was a lot of fun today. The dog Manny, now I want a dog. Now I'm going to go home and try to practice pull-ups. I'll just be jumping pretty much. But honestly, thank you so much to all the Marines. Thank you for your service. We so appreciate you, and we're going to continue to honor America's heroes all week here. Guys, before we wrap things up, I want to get back to what I asked you at the top of the show. We asked everyone at home, should Cam regret signing with New England? 70% of you at home said no, 73% saying no. Max, where are you on this?
No, he should not regret it. Let's keep in mind he has 3 wins in 8 games, but 2 of the losses, a goal line stand, Bobby Wagner, great linebacker, makes a play, stops Cam from punching it in, and he fumbles. It gets stripped against the Bills. Otherwise, he's 5-3 with wins not only against the Dolphins, who I just mentioned, and the Raiders, who were also mentioned, but also the Bills and the Seahawks, 2 of the best 5 teams in the league. So he came this close to doing it, and I know it's the Jets, Stephen A., but if you want to say, well, in those moments of truth, you got to come through or not, he came through last night. He's 3-5, this far away from being 5-3. I wouldn't regret it.